Ooh, good question. Two things come to mind right away. In the second course that we did ever, we had a gentleman who was in the course who was a career law enforcement police sergeant, and he had two of his younger officers who were attending with him. And at the end of the course, he looked at them and he said, "Look, I have, a couple decades in law enforcement, and I have any number of law enforcement instructor certificates. So I've done instructor development courses. And I'm telling you right now, you guys are ruined." And they just looked at him, and then I thought, "Uh-oh, what bomb is he going to drop right here in front of everybody at the end of the course?" And he said, "This is literally the best instructor development course, bar none, that I have ever been to and that you will ever go to. So manage your expectations going forward." Along those lines, I think the other one that speaks to your question, like what's the best feedback that we got, is that same course. The Rory Miller attended the course. He happens to be a colleague, a professional friend of mine, and he decided to jump in for the course. And his big takeaway or piece of feedback at the end was, "I took a notebook full of notes." So when the guy who literally wrote the book that changed the self-defense profession says that he took a lot of notes in one of our courses, that speaks volumes to us that we're on the right path. So I want to balance that out, because then we also got feedback from people who are brand new to the idea of teaching self-defense, and women in particular, since that's our focus in developing female instructors fundamentally, right? That's what we want to do, is expand the number of women who are teaching. One was from a course that we did in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Woman who participated in the course was the outlier for the group. She was a fitness instructor and had no self-defense or defensive tactics or martial arts background at all. And at the end of the course, she said two things. One, "I took the course because I have clients who have asked for me to give them some advice or instruction or direction in self-defense, and I don't have the background. And two, because I wanted to see if it was possible for somebody like me to learn to pass on basic essential skills." And at the end of this course, I absolutely now believe that I could teach self-defense to women around these basic essential skills if I decided to pursue that. And that really is our big goal, is to be able to provide useful, readily transferable information and skills to somebody who wants to go out there and share it with their community of women and individuals who identify as female. Okay, one more. I guess the last one I would throw out there is more recent, and it comes from a woman who is already teaching self-defense. She is a certified instructor in Krav Maga with one of the biggest organizations internationally, and she teaches only women in her training program. And after she went through our level one course, she said in a social media post, "Everything that you ever thought you knew about women's self-defense is about to change forever." Yeah, naturally, we're very humbled by all that feedback. But I think what's most important is how we got here and how we got to that feedback. We haven't thrown any babies out with the bathwater. We've looked at the profession as a whole through the martial arts lens, through the self-defense lens, through the defensive tactic lens, through the everyday suburban mom, daughter, family lens, to people who travel internationally and work in dangerous places. We've tried to come at this from every possible angle and take the things that work well and then transform them into pieces of information that are specifically relevant to the current struggles and needs and concerns that women have when it comes to their personal agency. And fundamentally, that's what women's self-defense, learning either the prevention side or the physical side or both, it should address, it should enhance the capacity for women to live their lives from a place of strength, power, and personal authority over how their lives move forward.